Now let's focus on calculating the 5-number summary and constructing box plots. We're going to use exercise number 3 to learn how to calculate the minimum, the maximum, Q1, the median, and Q3. Notice here you have a list. It is in order from smallest to largest. This is going to make it easy for us to identify the minimum and the maximum. Notice the minimum is 1, the maximum is 11.5. Next, we're going to focus on finding the median. That is the value that divides our data into 2 sets, the lower half and the upper half. Again, I like to cross numbers on the right and left. I'm crossing 3 on the left. That means I need to cross 3 on the right. I'm going to do 3 more on the left. That means doing 3 more on the right. And now we're getting closer to the middle. We see that the median is going to be between 6.8 and 7.2. The median is going to be calculated by taking 0.8 plus 7.2 divided by 2. You should be getting 7. That is the answer for the median. And so let me go ahead and erase here. The median, again, is between 6.8 and 7.2. It is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and divide the data set here. Now we have a lower half and an upper half. To find Q1, we need to find the middle number, or the number that divides the lower half. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to cross 2 values here on the left, 2 values here on the right. Let me cross 1 more value on the left, 1 more value on the right. Notice the middle number, or the number that divides the lower half, is 2. Now, to find Q3, we're going to look at the upper half. We need to find the middle number, or the number that divides the upper half. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's cross 2 values on the left, 2 values on the right. Then let's do 1 more. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Notice 9 is the middle number of the upper half. Thus Q3 is 9. So let me repeat this again. When you're finding Q1, you're finding the median of the lower half of your data set. When you're finding Q3, you're finding the median of the upper half of your data set. Now let me show you how to do this using technology. Using a TI-84 calculator, you're going to go to Stats and you're going to enter to select Edit. Under one of your lists, you're going to need to enter all the data values. I already have them here. Go ahead and pause the video so you can enter the data values on your calculator. Once you have the data values on one of the lists, go back to Stats, press the right arrow, and then press Enter to select one variable statistics. Type in the list where you have the data values. I have them under L1. Go down to Frequency. We don't have a frequency list. Go down to Calculate. Here you have statistics. We are not looking for X-bar. We are not looking for the standard deviation. We're going to go down until we see all 5 numbers that we're looking for. Notice here we have the minimum being 1, the maximum being 11.5. Q1 is 2, the median is 7, and Q3 is 9. Those are the values that we found by hand. Let me show you how to find the 5-number summary using Google Sheets. Here, I have a column with all the data values. One thing I want to mention here is that the list is already in order from smallest to largest. If it wasn't, we would want to put them in order. Let me show you how you can do this on Google Sheets. Click on the column. I'm going to click on the column A. Then click on the 3 vertical points. And then click on the filter icon. Notice it says create a filter. So now you have a filter. Here where it says data values, I can see the option to click on the filter. If you click on sort A to Z, Google Sheets is going to put the data values in order from smallest to largest. I wanted to show you that in case you have a list and the list is not in order. Let's go ahead and find the median. Median is going to be calculated by clicking on an empty cell. On that empty cell, you need to type in equal median. I'm going to click on the option that I see here below, and then I'm going to highlight all the X values. Close the parentheses and press enter. The median is 7. Notice we see that 7 is in between 6.8 and 7.2. That means our lower half goes from 1 to 6.8. I'm going to select these values and I'm going to copy them here on the left. We're going to find Q1 by finding the median of this upper half. On an empty cell, I'm going to click equal median, and then I'm going to select all the values in the lower half. Close the parentheses, press enter. And there you have it. Q1 is equal to 2. To calculate Q3, I'm going to highlight the upper half. The upper half goes from 7.2 to 11.5. I'm going to go ahead and copy those values in a separate column. When I calculate Q3, I'm going to find the median of the upper half. On an empty cell, type in equal median and select the values in the upper half. Then press enter, and there you have it. Q3 is equal to 9. You don't need to copy the upper half and lower half on a separate column. You could also select the lower half and the upper half from column A. Now we're going to transition into constructing a box plot. We're going to use the information we found in exercise 3 to construct a box plot. For the box plot, we need to decide how we're going to label the number line that goes below the box plot. And for that, we need to look at our values. Notice the smallest value that I need to label is 1, which is the minimum. The biggest value that I need to label on the box plot is 11.5, which is the maximum. Thus, the number line sitting below the box plot needs to capture those values. So I'm going to go ahead and go from 0 to 12, and I'm going to go by ones. Here we have the number line that is going to help us create the box plot. Now we do want to label this number line. I'm just going to label this number line data values. We're not given information about where the data values are coming from. So we don't know the units, we don't know what they represent. And so that is why I'm just going to label this data values. Now here we would need a title. Again, we don't have information about the data set, so I'm just going to label it box plot. What I do want to emphasize is that you need a title for the number line, and you need a title for the plot. Now let's start labeling the 5-number summary. The minimum is equal to 1, so here we have the minimum. The maximum is 11.5. Q1 is equal to 2. That's where the box is going to start. Q3 is equal to 9. That is where the box is going to end. Again, the box goes from Q1 to Q3. Then we go ahead and connect the box with the minimum. And we just draw a line from the minimum to Q1. Same thing with the maximum in Q3. Just draw a line. The last thing we need to label is the median. The median is equal to 7. And we do this by drawing a dotted line. And there you have it. This is how we construct a box plot. Looking at this box plot, would you say that we have outliers? The answer is no. Why? Because the minimum and the maximum are not that far away from the box. That's how we know that there's no outliers. Now let's say that the maximum was something like 100. On the right hand side, we would see this line here go up to 100. Notice the maximum would be really far away from our box. So then we would start to think, is the maximum an outlier? Is it possible that we have more outliers other than the maximum, right? Because we have 25% of the data values between Q3 and the maximum. You can look at the tails of your box plot to see if you have any possible outliers. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to let you try exercise 5 on your own. Below this video, I'm going to ask you to provide the minimum, the maximum, Q1, the median, and Q3.